So guys, supposedly, like underline supposedly, and we'll get into this, Swamp Thing has been cancelled before it's even aired its second episode. Now let's go through all of what we know about this potentially being true. What is up, Swamp Things? Today here with some skeptical news. As I said, I do want to put this out here right at the beginning of the video so nobody is misinformed. So, like, this isn't concrete. Take it with a grain of salt. If this is true, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of press release or announcement from Warner Brothers / DC about how it won't have a season 2. But Swamp Thing apparently, has been cancelled after one season on DC Universe, even though it hasn't aired its second episode. Now, first of all, what I want to say, this isn't mega surprising if it is true. I don't mean to treat you guys like idiots there or sound like I'm treating you guys like idiots. I just want to keep reiterating that I'm not putting this out there as fact. And not that I'm trying to come across as a mega linked up guy or anything, but from what I have heard through the grapevine behind the scenes, things were really not going well in terms of what you may have already heard and how it got cut down from 13 episodes to 10, and just how essentially the bottom line here is with the rumor mill, if you will, and as the reasoning behind this until we get an official announcement, if this is true, is that the bottom line of supposedly AT&T and Warner Brother execs didn't really like how the show was going or like what it was turning into. There were lots of debates supposedly about how they wanted to go with one direction and how other people wanted to go another direction with it, and in the end it wasn't so much a money issue. Like, that's not actually any part of the issue really. Money wasn't considered a factor in any of this. Clearly, the DC Universe don't really, they're pouring quite a lot into that. This started all kind of breaking down, and if you're a Swamp Thing fan, you've been reading up a lot about this anyway in terms of the behind-the-scenes stuff, is that when it got cut down from 13 to 10 episodes, they were literally given next to no notice. It was like, right, bang! They thought they were still going to have a few more episodes till the finale, but then, like, oh, no, you have to wrap things up, like, more or less right now. Like, you're going to have to kind of write it in. And ever since then, now this goes back weeks and weeks, maybe even a few months, I've been thinking, man, this is a bit fishy. And this specific article, I've been hearing about this since a while back, but mainly this cancellation ball that started getting rolling for me. I heard about it yesterday, and we weren't sure who I was speaking to about this being legitimate. Like, we were hoping that it wasn't. It still might not be, by the way. But now you see geeks worldwide are saying, or at least what I believe to be the first to break, that Swamp Thing is cancelled after one season at DC Universe. DC Swamp Thing series will not be returning for a second season. And they kind of, basically reiterate what I just said. The decision seemingly boils down to Warner Media and AT&T executives not liking the direction of the show. Not a budget or performance on DC Universe, which we hear is solid. So yeah, as I said, the money thing really isn't a massive issue. It's more about where the guys in the suits, shall we say, we're more or less like, we're gonna kind of cancel you. And I'm not gonna go too hard in on that just because I don't have all the answers right now. Otherwise, I could feel like saying those big cheeses in the suits who make these decisions and aren't intimately involved, it's, as I said, I'm not reflecting that upon this yet, but if it is something like that, that's going to be infuriating. So cast and crew were notified late last night, apparently. The rest of the first season will continue to air on DC Universe. This could very well be the end of Swamp Thing before it even made its second step in terms of a second episode, which is just a shame. I mean, obviously, if this is true and we're going to see the rest of the season unfold, could you imagine, like, because that first episode, I enjoyed it. The majority of comments on my review, which I'm really happy with how it did, thank you for all the support on that, by the way, were very, very positive. There were some people who were saying, I didn't like how Swamp Thing happened right at the end, but for me, it was fine. Why not show Alec at the origin of him falling into the swamp first and all of that? Like, it was fine. For a first episode, slow burner, as they say, don't let the candle burn too bright because it will only burn bright and very quickly. I can't paraphrase that quote, but you know what I mean. It will be short and sweet. We want it to be long and fleshed out and beautiful. But my biggest question is now, if this turns out to be something that's still good, freaking 10 episodes in, or 9 episodes in, 8 episodes in, I think the fans, well, let alone probably already not being happy, I hear that Reddit is on fire right now. It's not going to make any sense. And I don't really get it either, because the premise that they were going with in this iteration of Swamp Thing, as I always like to say, live comic book adaptations of stuff isn't copy and pasted, and I was completely fine with the way they were going. We weren't sure how deep they were going to delve with the other elemental forces like the rot and stuff, but obviously we had the green. But I remember hearing stuff behind the scenes as well, things like the parliament of freaking trees and stuff like that, and it's just... I don't think they necessarily... Look, this is all up in the air. This is all being debated. But that direction, for example, may not have been the direction they wanted to go down. So that kind of got scrapped from what I'm hearing. And maybe they were doing a completely different version and creative differences. Maybe, I can imagine if there is a DC press statement about this, whatever, they might be like, due to creative differences, it will be that kind of thing. But ultimately, guys... I'm just going to leave it here. There's not too much to say about this until it's confirmed. Maybe I'll do another update video. I'm still going to review Swamp Thing. Of course I am. I bloody hope and I assume, just like this article says, that they're going to keep airing it on DC Universe until it's over. It's just a great shame, as I said on the bottom line here, that if it continues to be a very impressive show, like Doom Patrol was, and, you know, Titans was for some people, even though Titans is a lot more controversial, you know, for its first season, then it's just not going to make any sense as to why said people destroyed the passion and work of hundreds of people and what seemingly fans are enjoying as well. So, guys, as I would love to hear your opinions on this, I would also like to ask you, don't act impulsively on this because it's not confirmed. Don't rage to hate out the gate because, as I just said, it's not confirmed yet. But from what I'm hearing and what I've heard long before this, and especially it coming to my attention again last night, and that being a bit suspicious, but nothing was confirmed then, just like it isn't now. But now it's even kind of more rumor, confirmed rumor, if you know what I mean. It's just like, shit, here we go again. Like, it's just like, no, why, if this is the case? I hope I'm wrong. I really hope that this video doesn't age well within a day and they're like, hey, what are you on about, man? Swamp Thing, we don't even know if we're going to get a season 2 yet. We haven't decided that yet. I hope it's like that. I hope that this is all a bunch of BS.